James Fishback, the Groyper candidate out of Florida, is running for governor and is basically at a very distant second place. Now, you may be asking, then why are you talking about him? Well, he's a charlatan. He's basically a light-skinned Vivek Ramaswamy, and I'll let you know right now that he's apparently having his Tesla repossessed after he tried to name his father as the owner of the car. And since he owes his former employer $2 million for not doing his job, among a plethora of other things, and that's not even touching on the fact that he apparently groomed a 17-year-old that was a part of his nonprofit organization called Incubate Debate. Now, we're going to look real quick at who's going to win the race, and I'm not bull jiving you. So apparently, Mr. Fishback is losing to Byron Donalds, who, to his credit, you could say, well, Byron, first of all, maybe he's not that smart, or you could say, well, this guy has 2 felonies from like 25 years ago, and that should disqualify you. Anyway, so in the race, though, we have the people that are actually betting their money, not that James Fishback will have any by the end of the year, but you'll look here, and Byron Donalds is leading in a commanding way, 83% to 12%, okay? So the guy's losing completely. And then, of course, you have Jay Collins, who nobody knows who that is. Casey DeSantis bowed out. Ron DeSantis fell off. Meatball Ron is MIA. Anyway, so that's a 71% lead. But I'm thorough. So let's look at Polymarket. Again, a sister website to Kalshi. You'll see that on Polymarket, Donald's is still at 81%, Fishback at 12, okay? Just garbage. And then when you look at the last month, I'll let you know something. James Fishback right now has 230,000 people following him. You could say that's a lot, but I will tell you, he hasn't grown a single follower, as far as I can tell, for like 2 months. So he's like Brylan Hollyhand. Disgusting. And then it's, pathetic. And when you look at the last month of progress, you see that Byron's coasting at 80, 81%, 80%, 82%. Fishback also stuck at 10% the whole time. So that's the last month of the campaign. But the last week, again, not going up at all, stagnating, even falling a slight bit. So he's not doing so well at all. So without a set of wheels, he's also going to be without money. Apparently, the court is now deciding, as of I think today or yesterday, that as of April 1st, actually, the settlement will be done, and he's going to have his wages garnished, okay? They're going to take his stuff, and they're going to take his income. Now, to make it even worse for you guys that are watching, I'll let you know also that apparently this guy is already down $2 million, is out of a car, and now they're pressing him on having a $26,000 collection of luxury items. They even know where he got it from, eBay, Macy's, not too bougie, but he's a kind of a brokey now, I get it. And they're talking about a Cartier watch.
Just met with James Fishback at a Denny's in Tampa. Really great guy. Took a picture with him holding up the nativist flag and he signed it lol.
He's a phenomenon. Period. Full stop. I hate when people say full stop, but he is a phenomenon. That Denny's was packed. It's unbelievable. He is excellent. And I wasn't so sure about him off the rip. There were some questions about his conversion and everything, let's say.
Okay, so he's lying. It's a tell. He goes, conversion, by the way. So he's miming like a cokehead. Anyway, so Nick Fuentes is being a hypocrite for a lot of different reasons. All the criticisms you can say about Fishback apply to Viveck minus the grooming a high schooler, okay? Because Viveck probably couldn't pull a white girl to save his life, even if he groomed him, okay? Anyway, we love Indians. Now, Nick is playing dumb to the Azora Capital stuff, the hedge funds that he worked with, Greenlight Capital, the scamming of them and whatnot, the fact that he's $2 million in the hole coming very damn soon by April 1st, less than a month, or else he'll be held in contempt of court. He's going to be jewelryless, no ice. It's Florida, I get it, it melts. No car, no Tesla, no bitches. By the way, if you see my last video on Fishback, I mentioned in depth that he actually paid an escort to be his girlfriend or something like that. And she was like a 6 out of 10, and I'll show you actually. So here we go. This is the girl. Chopped, to be honest. The girl on the left is like a 6. She's like a soccer mom that dolled up, okay? But not to mention that she's an escort or something, okay? Allegedly, I'm 22. I don't know everything. Byron Donalds. Yeah, is he race mixing? Yeah, I'm a far right. Oh my God, that's so bad. I'm totally not into white women. I don't blame a brother. And look at the caption on this fucker. James Fishback says, so Fish Sticks goes and says, Byron wants to turn Florida into a Section 8 ghetto. Irony being that he's being outraised by Byron by leagues. So Byron has something that James really wants, money. Donalds raises $31.5 million in Florida's governor race, posts more than $9 million in just the third quarter of the year alone. So again, lapping Mr. Fishstick, and then he captions this, and again, he does like this subtle racism thing, and it's not too subtle because he's not that witty, he's not that charismatic, he sucks. He's a good talker, he's a good bullshitter, but I mean, anybody who makes 6 figures ought to be one, to be honest. Anyway, He goes, Byron Donalds is a slave who was auctioned off for $31 million. Dude, you can go to prison over $2 million. Let's see who stacks up higher, bro. That's insane. He only wants to please his corporate masters. Again, another reference to slavery. I'm running for governor to make Florida more affordable for working family, students, and seniors. Well, while you're not really working, you are. You did go after a student, and as for seniors, they're not going to vote for you. They're going to vote for Byron and make it more affordable in Florida. Yeah, probably because you need affordability. This guy's going to be eating Maruchan ramen noodles in a matter of months, most likely.
But now I think he's a phenom, and I'm rooting for him. I think he's incredible.
Jojo Hambino sent 50.
A phenom with 10% of the support in the primary. Okay. So I think Nick is using Fishback as a way to measure how successful and how much of the mainstream, the pulse that he has on the Gen Z vote. It's going to show out that, yeah, he will probably outperform expectations with young vote, but when you're only getting 10% of the vote, maybe Zoomers aren't going to fucking cut it, and they don't turn out that much. So what's the point? This is going to be another L for Nick. If you recall, he endorsed several people in the 2022 midterms, I believe. None of them won. He spent months and thousands of dollars on trying to sink Joe Kent in Washington, I believe, and that succeeded, but to what end? And then on top of that, you had Nick Fuentes endorsing, and this is the most successful primary candidate he's ever backed, by the way. You won't fucking believe this. You know Laura Loomer on Twitter? The Zionist? The literal Zionist Jewish lady that looks like Jigsaw without the tricycle? Well, he played again and he lost, okay? I think she ran twice. Lost twice. Now, it was kind of close, but still. Your closest candidate was a literal Jew. Ironic. If I could just show you in one picture why you should not vote for Fishback, need I say more than this, okay? You have Viveck Ramaswamy, who does interviews, if you know about this, barefoot, not a hot girl with bare feet. No, him, barefooted, gross, not American. Secondly, he sat here next to, on his left, the rapper Logic. No, I'm just kidding. It's Fishback. And this was not too long ago. So they're chummy with each other, and Viveck is a fucking scammer. Huh? Bro is probably going to lose in Ohio, and, all of a sudden his best friend Fishback is going to win Florida? How? Not even the primary. What the hell? Just to give some more light as to who Nick Fuentes would claim is a phenom, this is a 5'3" man named James Fishdick. I'm joking, he's like 5'9", but he looks incredibly tiny, built like Jimmy Neutron. Very weird.
You're the boss. You're the boss right now.
Byron, I'm the boss.
All right, look right here.
I'm in charge, Byron, not APAC. I'm in charge.
Bring your face this way.
What the fuck are you talking about? Why is APAC at the top, like at the tip of your tongue, and you're running for state office? You're not running for president. That's like when he also mentions that I'm gonna reform immigration. It's like, dude, you're a governor. You can't do shit. If that were the case, and a governor could change the country's immigration habits, then why hasn't Gavin Newsom just opened the fucking borders? Because he can't. He can hardly do anything. So I don't know what the hell he's going for. And what kind of shoes are these? Nikes? You're broke. What color are your Nikes, nigga? Why do you have Nikes?
This way.
Bro, you're 12.
This way?
Yeah.
You're gay as fuck too. What the hell was that?
This way?
Yeah.
This way? This way? This way?
This way.
This way?
Yeah.
Getting the gay vote.
You're the boss.
Okay, let's watch it just one more time.
Byron, I'm the boss.
All right, look.
Where's the confidence? Again, a phenom, a charismatic guy, but a scammer. And he's lacking confidence, actually. Guy goes, I'm the boss now, Byron.
Right here,
I'm in charge, Byron, not APAC. I'm in charge.
Bring your face this way.
Byron.
This way?
Yeah.
Comment down below, do you prefer Fish Dicks as a better diss, or James Fish Dicks, Fishcock, or you've got Byron. Byron. That's like if my name were John and people called me Jose. It's like, okay, I don't fucking care. Now, we've all heard about rearranging the deck chairs in the Titanic. Apparently, this ship is also missing its couches. In a February exchange, so I think last month, the campaign manager, Emma Wright, wonder if she's of age. Anyway, she was asked, did they take it? Legit take it? Or was he just kidding? Oh, I think they did, man. Adding a sad face emoji. Oh my god, shit. Fulgham wrote back, we're going to be sleeping on the floor soon up there. So think about it. He's losing his Tesla, his fucking watch collection, his bitch, eventually when he runs out of money to pay for her as an escort or whatever. He's going to lose the election in this coming summer or whatever. And he doesn't even have a couch. Where is he going to goon? JD would be fucking sulking. He'd be seething. He'd be pissing and shitting himself. Come on. Insane. Now, they're just gossiping behind his back. Apparently, when relating to the watch, they mistakenly thought it was a Rolex, not that it really matters. But anyway, they say, like, bro, James, just give them the Rolex and call it a day, end quote. Mistaking the watch brand. She apparently also had doubts, the manager that is, that Fishback was really unable to hand the watch over. That James claims not only that he borrowed it from a friend, which is fucking ridiculous, unbelievable, also says he claims that he lost it or something. And then they say, yeah, he probably lost it in his safety deposit box. Yeah. Come on, really? So he's so stubborn and arrogant, he thinks that he can somehow avoid being held in contempt and that he'll also not have to pay any money. On top of that, he's thinking that he won't lose all his shit. And most importantly, the Achilles heel to his campaign is that if he's getting his car repossessed, he's getting his couch repossessed, how is he going to be paying his staffers going forward? And by the way, the people that work for campaigns for free, especially the younger ones, are fucking retarded, okay? You're not going to get some 19-year-old groiper to figure out a campaign strategy to make up the 70% support gap between yourself and Byron, fish stick. So anyways, one last theory before I end the video is that I predict that James Fishback may or may not have taken this aptly named Byron alligator and try to kill it for its skin it, sell the leather, and then sell boots, and then maybe pay back the $2 million. Otherwise, I don't know what the hell he's doing because that video fucking sucked. Anyways, I really hate fish sticks. All right. Anyways, shout out Kanye. I liked the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want more content like this. Comment down below all of your thoughts. I know this is a contentious subject, but I'm a very opinionated person. So I'll see y'all on the next one. Adios.